Hello and welcome to another V's Cards video. My name is Veronika Čuić and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And in this video I'll show you how to craft an easy bookmark card. That's right, a card plus a bookmark. Okay, let's get started. Here are some basic materials to get you started, but don't worry, I'll have a link of all the products that I've used or alternatives in the description below. So this is my original. I've adjusted it to create some improvements and you'll see that towards the end of the video. We're going to make this far more simple, and rather than colouring in, we're going to let the DSP or the pattern paper do all the hard work for us. We're going to save some time too. So I've adhered the designer series paper onto the card front, and now I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And then I'll find a way to cut it out and decorate it to match the card and the bookmark. I was inspired by Twyla Davis from Splits Coast Stampers, and I'll have the link to a video in the description below. I've had to play with various different types of cards, and I've simplified it as well as add some additional improvements. And I'll show you a few examples towards the end. After some trial and error, I decided to change the look of the boundary of the sentiment and simply cut around it and adhered using dimensionals so that it does still pop up. As you can see by the gold lines, the designer series paper or the pattern paper is the hero in the card front. I'm using By the Bay designer series paper. That's a 6x6, but I've cut it down to 5x5, and then on the centre at 2.5 inch I have scored down and across the paper so that I've got a cross, and I'm just folding that over to reinforce it. You can use your bone folder. I will cut out one of the squares and I'll use that later, so don't throw it away. And I really want the fold lines to match up nicely so that it's not going to be a messy look when we put it all together. To make the fold, you're going to have your paper as a V shape, and then you're going to get the point and fold it up, but not right to the point. You're going to have some space so that you can see the two different sides of the designer series paper, and you're going to fold things at the back and glue one side to the other. So I'll show you this again. Fold the tip of the V, don't go all the way to the scored lines, and if it's not pointing straight you can always manoeuvre that and adjust, and then turn it around, fold one over and adhere it to the last one, like such. To keep the featured image simple, I'm going to stamp a detailed stamp and then add some dots of sprinkles, and there you have it, perfect. Then you can use your punch or your die to cut out the circle. Then we're going to adhere the back of that circle to the folded flap. Take extra care not to put adhesive inside the bookmark, otherwise it won't open and function properly. I'm going to add a Night of Navy scalloped circle onto the card. It's also going to frame that shell when the shell is sitting on the card front, because it allows for a little shadow. It also looks good independently when the bookmark is removed. For a bit of interest, so that it's not too plain, I'm going to punch a circle, beautiful shiny pattern paper in the middle of it. I can't hide it, crafters. I am mad about the By the Bay designer series paper. I'm going to adhere the scallop circle right at the top corner, but I'm also going to use the bookmark to measure it up if it needs to move slightly up or down. This is where the liquid adhesive comes in handy, because there certainly is some wiggle room to adjust the position. I seem to struggle with knowing where to put the bling in the card front. I do create a triangle, but every time I do it I question myself and I end up rearranging it. Do you have a rule of thumb to guide you through where to put your bling? Please let us know in the comments section below. You want to avoid putting bling on the actual bookmark, and you certainly don't want to use dimensionals. You want to keep it flat so that it's going to fit snugly into the book and not be a loose fit to fall out. I'm decorating the bookmark with only a very thin strip of gorgeous designer series paper, and this will take me a long way so that I can cover quite a few insides. We've passed the halfway mark of this short 10-minute video tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please take a moment to like. And if you're not yet a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe. Click on all for notifications so you receive notifications for all upcoming videos. I've tried manoeuvring the bookmark without the ribbon, but it's fiddly. I do recommend attaching a ribbon to it so that you can move it around with ease. I'm going to use tear and tape to adhere the ribbon behind that flap and also onto itself, and close that flap by adhering it to the back of the designer series paper there. Be sure to not put adhesive right on the edge of that corner, otherwise it will stick out and be visible. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool, the pointy end, to help me peel the start of the backing paper of the tear and tape. It just makes it easier rather than me scratching around with my nails. Now I'm thinking, how can I make that circle part where the shell is more sturdy? I'm going to punch out the same size circle and I'm going to adhere it at the back of the shell so that it's going to bend less, and also it's going to be a much sturdier bookmark which will last a lot longer. I use scrap card stock because I have quite a lot at my desk. Here's a question: how small is a cardstock to save? How small will you go? Where do you keep your scrapped cardstock? Would you keep a 1 centimetre strip, 2 centimetres? How thin, how small, what goes in the bin? To further improve the card, I'd corner around that vulnerable corner to save it from getting dog ears after some wear and tear. Here's a good kind of doggy ear. This is my dog FIFA, and he's saying hello to all the viewers, and thank you so much for joining us. I reckon the corner rounder gives it a nice neat finish. I'm going to show you 2 ways of stamping decoration onto an envelope to suit the card that you're doing. I'm doing a seaside theme, so I'm definitely going to have some shells, one at the back and a line at the front. I love the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set, and that's what I'm using today. It is a real gem, and I've made quite a lot of use using it as well. Stampin' Up have an awesome sale at the moment. You can save up to 60% on quite a few products, so have a look yourself to see what you can get as a bargain. If you don't have a demonstrator, please choose me. I'll have the link to my website in the description below. Thank you. And now, dear crafters, let's put the bookmark to use. I've crafted a few variations of the card, and I will show you this as we end the video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, happy crafting, and see you in the next video.